Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen. Cossacks 3 is still on the menu, and we are playing as Switzerland against Austria. Early on in the game we managed to turn a couple of the Austrian peasants, which resulted in us being able to build an entire Austrian civilization to the northeastern part of the map, which of course gave us a lot of benefits, like for example being able to double up on living space and soldier production and all of those juicy things. And you can really tell that that's necessary when playing against a very hard computer, at least for me. Then it's really important that I'm able to capture and turn a bunch of their peasants, because otherwise I cannot keep up with the production. They have such a high unit production as very hard. For some reason Russia doesn't have that good of a unit production though, but it seems like Austria is quite difficult to deal with indeed. The last episode I was able to use like 39 Jaegers to attack from the southwest of their city, and that was pretty much undefended. So I managed to deal quite a bit of damage to their economy, killed a couple of peasants, destroyed a couple of artillery depots and things like that. And that's super important for you when playing difficult or more difficult levels of computer, that you always focus down on their weak spots and on their economy. Because if the computer senses that the economy is threatened, or if you're attacking their village, then they're gonna pull back from attacking you. So that's gonna give you a bit of a breather as well. Now, however, they are starting to come up with still mercenary grenadiers though. That's not very scary at all. Just press Ctrl A to select all of my living units, and then I chose every mounted Jaeger at my disposal, in order to attack their Sich Cossacks, because these are of course really fast units compared to the cuirassiers, so these guys can do quite a lot of damage to my economy, and I want them out of here as fast as possible. We are really starting to get ahead on our unit production of 18th century units for Switzerland. That's really fun to see. I'm gonna make a couple of beautiful formations, 400 units formations, but if you saw the last episode, you realize that 400 musketeers and 400 grenadiers will not take you that far, especially if the computer has a lot of artillery at his disposal. Then I will have quite a bad time. I'm gonna start doing grenadiers from this from this city as well. I'm really happy to be having two cities, double the income and double the military production. However, of course, it costs a lot to upgrade for two cities, but it works out fine in the sense that you also get double the income, considering all the stone spots and all the mines. I mean, I don't think I have any maximum upgraded mines in my Swiss city. However, in my Austrian one, I have a couple. I have this gold mine, this iron mine, 95 villagers in each. I have this gold mine. So it's going quite well. And then now I'm gonna focus up a coal mine as well. Coal mine. In order to get max out the coal production. This one, if you see on the gray numbers, you see how many peasants I have working on it. I have a lot more on gold than I have on iron and coal. And if you look at stone, that's where I have most of my peasants. Of course, most of my passive unit production, peasant production, goes straight onto stone production, because you can sell stone at quite a reasonable rate, and then get a bunch of gold for it, and you need gold, of course. So let's take a look at this. Gonna create another group of a big formation of musketeers, as well as the Pandors, the unique unit for Austria in 18th century. And now I have 131 Croats. really fast cavalry, 17th century cavalry for Switzerland, I guess. No, actually it's Austrian. Really fast 17th century cavalry. Maybe I should have gone over to create 18th century Hussars instead. I think they're stronger than the Croats. Maybe not. I don't know. But I like the Croats and I like to play with unique units. I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, I don't have enough dwellings. That means that I need to start killing some things. Oh my god, look at that section. 400 musketeers. I can send them as well. I'll assemble my armies down here. Then I'll have hopefully quite the impressive gathering. And oh my gosh. Okay, I have no more 18th century officers and drummers to this squad. That's kind of anticlimactic. But I do have a lot of round shears, and they're gonna march down and hopefully deal some damage to our enemy. I have to make sure that I have all of the stables selected. Apart from that, I'm just working on my upgrades. That's the only thing I can do now, since of course these are blacked out because they are naval upgrades. And I don't have any water on this map, so I have no use for naval upgrades. I want the Jaegers to keep keep hunting down the siege Cossacks, and look at that. That's what happens when you're not fast enough with your cavalry. I mean, I really did have the element of surprise, but their army was fast enough to, or actually managed to get in position. Now, however, I'll try to navigate my cavalry over to the other side. Of course, the Croats are really fast and the computer is quite slow. I do not know where that artillery blast came from. But look at that. Actually managed to capture a storehouse. But now their entire army is on the right side, so I am going to attack through the left side. And hopefully I'll be able to go in and deal quite some damage to their food production and things like that. I mean, they have so much resources that they hardly have any peasants at all in their city. Basically everything they have is just big armies. Big armies everywhere. But I'll just do my best to keep the pressure on them and keep attacking their economy and keep on being as big of a nuisance as I can. Fortunately, all of their soldiers aren't attacking me. But these cuirassiers made short work of my Croats, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to deal that much damage. But hopefully these guys will carry quite a punch. And I will have another section of musketeers. I mean, this is beautiful. Like over 1,000 troops in one army. And these guys I'm gonna send away as well to join them. 400 musketeers, 400 grenadiers. This is gonna be such a beautiful attack. And the round shears most likely aren't gonna do that much damage, but at least they're gonna keep them occupied. And at the very least, they'll get a couple of kills on the way. I want my next 18th century barrack. And very soon I will, I guess. But as soon as when you start making your formations and send them out to war, it gets so empty in your base. Oh my god, even more siege Cossacks. I do not want you on the map. It's good that I chose blue color for the computer, because that'll make it easier to see on the map. I will not be building more. Yeah, I can afford to build some more town halls. They give me, it'll give me more population space, and that's important. And I also seem to have one mine without that many people in it. Do I seem to be having a lot of peasants somewhere? Doesn't look like I do. I mean, this is not a lot of peasants when it comes to stone production. But I mean, I can take some of these 123 peasants on one patch of stone. So I'm gonna send a bunch of you to coal mines, and then I'll stop producing you. I have no production of Swiss peasants active right now, which is good because I don't need it. Neither do I have any production of Austrian peasants. So now all of my unit production goes into military. I really do have a lot of Swiss musketeers. They are spread out all over the map right now. I make all of them go over here, and then I'll create another 400 unit formation of musketeers. And look at that, the roundshires actually reached it. However, the cuirassiers are quite effective against the roundshires. I don't think the roundshires have been able to kill it. There we go. Now they brought down a couple of cuirassiers. However, they took down a lot of roundshires with them. They lost like 100 troops and they've killed 18. Fortunately, they have shields, so they can block the rifle fire, right? No. Still a lot of bullets reach through to my soldiers. However, as soon as they come into close combat, of course, they deal a lot of damage. That's good. Well, not that much, 14, but still. I think they are more of a wall than they are effective at dealing damage. But these guys hopefully are gonna do quite a good job. Why do I have only long distance infantry up front? Moving up my musketeers, and then as soon as these are fully upgraded, I'll show you what the 18th century pikemen look like in the production. And I will be trading some stone for gold. I click up, so every time I sell like 700,000 stone. There we go. And then I'll use you guys. I do not want Austrian. I want Swiss. I mean, 7 18th century barracks, that's not a lot. I mean, that is of course a lot. It's not often you see it. That was my point. But it seems like I am fully upgraded on a lot of different locations. Now I'm upgraded in the academy as well, upgraded in the 18th century barracks. Not yet fully upgraded on the stable front though. Look at that, this is so beautiful. Grenadiers, I want you in front as well. even more musketeers. I'll use you in the back. This is so many troops. Each squad is 400. So 400, 800, 1600, 2000. 2000. This is almost half of my entire population space. That's quite impressive. I'll disband this unit of 120 troops, because then I will be able to do a 400 group, 400 soldier formation of 17th century musketeers, and I will send them over here as well. Then you'll see how much damage these guys will do. I think I'll actually end this episode with one large attack. Hopefully they'll pack quite a punch. I mean, I don't think I can get any more any bigger army than this, so I really hope that they will be able to reach through. Swiss peasants, I do not want you over there to the east. I'll get you on the wood production. There we go. 7 barracks on constant production of troops. So, seems like we're very close to our, there we go, another 400 unit army, 400 unit formation. This is so impressive. And imagine that like 5 multi-barrel cannons could wipe out these in like a couple of seconds. I don't have enough dwellings. That means that I need to send some guys to their deaths. Sending down the cavalry to bring them the letter that I'm on my way. And sending both Austrian and Swiss cavalry, so they will come from all different sides. And then I'll cancel all of my productions here, and I will go full out on pikemen, 18th century pikemen. They can deal quite a lot of damage, just because there's so many of them. Usually, because they're super fast to produce, so you can overwhelm a lot of defenses with 18th century pikemen. Only 1 idle peasant, I think that's pretty impressive. And we're still able to keep our 120 unit formation. That's good. That's cool. Look at this. It's starting to lag quite a lot. Not quite a lot, but as soon as they start moving, say hello to the lag. Okay, we have 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, 2000, and 400 units. You know the deal right now. Press A, move and attack on the other side of the base. Let's go. Oh my god. This is so demanding on my poor graphic card. It's still magnificent to see though. All of the soldiers marching by, leaving families at home, children, spouses, significant others, probably never to see them again. I guess that's why these guys make sure to fall behind. Okay, the cavalry is on the doorstep, but they have so many troops. These small squadrons of Panthers are gonna be quite annoying, but nothing compared to these giant squadrons of cuirassiers. I mean, my cavalry can't even right now. Okay, it's time for us to start moving on some artillery. And there we have the 18th century pikeman production. I mean, the very second that these guys are dead, I will have another 5,000, not really 5,000, but like 2,000 or 3,000 18th century pikemen to take up, to take their spot. Oh my god, they have so many troops. Okay, I guess we'll actually have to do it the slow way. Making some artillery. I can't believe this is most likely gonna be a 5-episode battle. It's 2 hours in. But like I said, I want you to I want it to be entertaining, and I don't want to play to just win as fast as I can right away. But I rather want this full might of a very hard computer that is peaking financially, you know. And here we go. Man, these guys will be quite a handful. Okay, press attack, move and attack just on the other side of them so these guys can fill out a bit. Let's see if our... Oh my god, the lag right now. These guys are dying fast. They don't even have time to fire their guns. I guess that's because I have the high ground. I'm going Obi-Wan on these guys. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then I also have a quite nice little group of Croats right here. And you know what to do, guys. Just right away, right into their base. And I have captured 22 bombards. Huh. I could have sworn these were called mortars. Maybe that's just a remnant from the Cossack one, from the first Cossack. And here we go. We can have yet another squadron of 400 grenadiers up and running. And I will send them right over here as well. The next time we're also gonna attack from the... Let's send all of the infantry will be coming from the northeast, and all the cavalry from the... Yeah, from the everywhere. Let's say that they are coming from the everywhere. Okay, let's move you to attack and move up here, and then you'll gather on the outskirts of the city. And then it's time to march. And already we have 550 18th century pikemen. I'll just send the Panthers as well, in case there are, and in case there's anything left to do for these guys, I'll just send them down as well. Oh my god, they didn't even get to the city. They died right out here on the gates. Let's see, almost have another enough for 400 musketeers, a 400 musketeer unit. And we're very soon ready for another 18th century Swiss barrack, but I'm actually gonna build me an Austrian one right here. I need more of them. I need more. Here we go. I think this will be... Okay, they don't have any artillery, do they? No, it seems like the artillery is moving back. But there we have some grenadiers who decided to be brave and died for it. However, their cannons are starting to mount up, and I do not like that one bit. So here we go, everyone. Press A. Move and attack. Here we go. So it begins. We still have like 2,000 troops. 2,000 troops ready to deal damage, but we have like a couple of hundred between us and victory as well. We are coming from all kinds of places right now. I do not like the cannons, because every hit from the cannon kills like 100 of our troops, almost. And here comes their cuirassiers as well, but they are dying fast. Look at that. We are having negative production right now, with all of our soldiers dying. Let's see. Do I have any musketeers? I do have some musketeers. However, they seem to be spread out all over the place. But we got through, and we will be using our grenadiers. They can attack buildings. So of course we're gonna use them to destroy all of the buildings that can do us any harm, basically. Which are cannon towers, military production buildings, and everything of the like. And cuirassiers also, of course, but the grenadiers mostly will be used to destroy buildings. However, it seems like all of my grenadiers basically are dead, so I need to be a bit more careful with my guys, with my pointy boys, with a pointy, beautiful grenadier hat. Imagine if I could take control of just one of these guys in this massive battle. I have 40 left. Oh my god. A lot of my troops are dead. Let's see how many I have left, right? Okay, I don't even have 500 troops left right now. However, I do have a bunch of captured artillery that I'm not gonna use. So, that's what an army of 2,500 got you. I did get into base, so that's good. However, I did lose basically everyone in the process, but I'm almost up to full amounts yet again. Most likely because of I'm almost up to 5,000 again. Most likely because of my 18th century pikeman production. But I will be destroying everything I get my hands on right now. And here come the second squad. I mean, look at this, guys. 2,500 troops. And I mean, I made a dent in it, but they still have much more points than I do. So let's go. 1,254 18th century pikemen coming at you. And we're gonna keep producing. We're gonna keep just throwing these guys in the face, in their faces. But I mean, this is it. I don't have any more troops left right here. Let's see if the howitzers can cause any. No, they didn't deal that much damage to the barracks. Unfortunately, they did deal some damage to the round pandur stock though. But look at that. I mean, you saw the amount of guys I had. Like 2,500 troops. And they died fast. But I'll keep recruiting. I mean, I have a bunch of good old pikemen coming their way, and I am going to keep recruiting on grenadiers and musketeers from my 18th century Swiss barracks. It was over so quickly. And I'm also gonna need to keep my pressure on with the fast cavalry. So far, I mean, I have a lot of mounted Jaegers, not a lot, 98, but still quite a bit of fast boys. I mean, if 2,500 couldn't destroy their city, I keep saying village, but this place is big enough to be called a city. But if my 2,500 couldn't get through it, I don't really anticipate too much of these 300. I mean, they're not Spartans, they're not Greeks, they're Swiss. They are quite effective though. If you do look at the damage, the Grenadiers 60 melee, 25 ranged. Musketeers 40 melee, 25 ranged. So the Grenadiers are actually just as good at distance as the Musketeers are. However, the Panthers almost double the damage in range from Grenadiers and Musketeers. However, they can't deal damage they can't deal any melee damage. And also, of course, want to destroy as many production buildings as I can, because I think this is going to be the last hurrah for that squad. However, we do have like some more than 1,000 troops coming their way from this section, and we have almost another 1,000 right here. So that was the first wave of the major ones. Well, that was a lot of troops, but still, I mean, they barely got through their defenses, and then they died in the process. So I'm gonna end this episode right here, guys, and then the last one hopefully will be the next one, because this game is 2 hours of your time. So I'm gonna end this episode here, and hopefully the next one will be the last one. I'll see you then, everyone. Bye for now.